Hello and welcome to my therapy session. Today I'm depressed. Um, Wait, that's kinda mean. Okay, shut the hell up, I want to make a video. Okay, fine, I feel great then. Can you just shut up so I can make this video? Okay, what about this then? I feel completely disinterested and desensitized to any emotion I could possibly have. Finally. Today we'll watch quote unquote depressed kind of videos. But the videos themselves won't be about actual depression. It's just people making them who are claiming to have depression without ever consulting a specialist, or claim to know that you are actually clinically depressed because of the threats that they are showcasing in these videos. Notice how I called them depressed and not in depression. Yeah, English language can be weird like that, but actually that's an astronomical difference. Hard to imagine even if you never went through both. Being depressed during parts of your life is a very normal thing for people to go through. That doesn't make it easily bearable or insignificant, no. I would never ever assume anything like that about someone's struggles. What I mean by that is basically everyone is going through tough times at some point in their lives where they feel a huge emotional exhaustion from everything around them. The reasons can be as vast as the universe itself, and everyone is dealing with these kinds of feelings in different ways. You can be at the brink of a breaking point without having clinical depression. Saying otherwise is like suggesting that if you don't have cancer, you can't die of natural causes. They are both an illness. It's not a state of mind you can just change by being positive minded and saying everything will be alright to yourself every day you wake up. It's a chemical imbalance created inside a brain, and curing it is something that takes not only a lot of time and willpower, but also external help of both professionals and people close to you. You won't defeat cancer with a positive mind and willpower, although both of those things certainly help. And the same goes for depression, because they are both illnesses that need to be cured. In order to not tell you the whole story of my life, like it's the fifth Harry Potter book, I'll just say that I've been diagnosed with clinical depression about 3 years ago. I've been to therapy for about 1.5 years, and I've been taking meds ever since. And yes, it's a process. In fact, for the longest time, I never visited a specialist, partially because of videos like the ones I'll be showing you today. I'd never say that I have mental issues back then, because I felt like there are people in the world suffering so much more than I do from those internal problems, and that what I was going through was completely normal because look, Ivona voice
Hello.
just told me for the millionth time that me and all the thousands of people seeing this video are in deep depression because we feel sad and don't feel like we have enough energy for everything that's being demanded from us by the society. You see what I mean? That's ridiculous. And a lot of patients share the same unfortunate story that I do. They get diagnosed much later than they should have because they either don't think that they need help or they undervalue their mental states as something that will just pass by with time, leading to some tragic events that more or less forced or encouraged them to finally seek professional help. So yeah, you could say I have a personal beef with those type of creators, and I'm known to be swinging on the internet when I do see a problem in something, so yeah, you could call me a swinger.
What?
Hey, oh, wait, not in that way. Get your handkerchiefs ready, cause we are about to get some tears out of you with those very sad and true TikToks and YouTube videos. Let's get relatable in here. This is a video by someone with the name of Craziness. First off, I can decide whether that's extremely disrespectful or absolutely hilarious. Both, probably. But let's see what inspirational things they have to tell us about depression and getting out of it. I hate to break it to you, dude, but if you think your overthinking was always right, then you either don't overthink anything ever, you just think, or you're actually delusional. Anyone who's self-aware and dealing with difficulties such as paranoia, trust issues, know very well how toxic and harmful those traits are, but they are things that we literally cannot control. Real life trust issues are such a tough roadblock in life, it's not even funny. And you make it out like, yeah, we're just geniuses. Everyone is shit and stupid idiots. And I'm right, because I think so much because of my big brain.
You know, big brain, massive brain, huge brain, mega brain.
And the comment section is all just the word real repeated over and over again. Real, real, real. Oh, look, a different comment. Real. Every time. One of the newest things this account has posted was this slideshow titled Therapy. So I was like, oh, cool. They are trying to normalize going to therapy at least. Or maybe they are sharing their own experience with different therapists or something. But no, the slideshow is like, you can go to a therapist like a fucking loser. Or you can watch my TikToks. You know where the cool kids are. From a distance, it looks like a fucking cult that specializes in drowning in the pits of despair. They just gather for their meeting to say, real, over and over again and silently sob into their keyboard, not realizing that all that these videos really do is just straight up worsen their day and make them go deeper into that sadness that maybe otherwise they wouldn't even think about. For a lot of those people, being sad is almost like a choice. Because that way they can feel included in some kind of community at least. And hey, they were sad sometimes too, and faced some tough challenges in their life as well, so they can relate to them on some level at least. Literally everyone can join in and relate to those things to some capacity because we all faced struggle, but advertising your sad self as a means of therapy to others is very exploitative, Mr. Craziness. I can get over that name. Either way, putting some sad music in the background or an AI voice, or Drake apparently, because no Soyboy channel can ever not have Drake, in it to read your somber text is almost hilariously disingenuous for someone sharing such serious issues with the world, and apparently trying to be the beacon of hope for all those poor kids. I'm not saying the format itself is horrendous, but when we mesh every bit of previously mentioned information together, all I can see is cheap means to gain thousands of views with little to no effort and harming people alongside doing it, because who gives a fuck? Breaking news, people! People dealing with depression are not sobbing in their bed 24/7. I'm being sarcastic here, but I don't think there's anything wrong with this video. I'm just a dick in general. Why I showed this video is because of the comment in it, which says, "It's hard and I hate when people tell me to get counseling. I just feel like they just want to hand me over to someone else instead of helping with the pain." It's sad to see people completely misunderstand a situation like this, because if their close ones talked about getting them to counseling, then first, there are clearly reasons to be worried about this person, and second, they genuinely seem to care and want to help them. Your close ones are not obliged, not to mention they're also not specialized, to try and help you out with your problems all the time. I'll use a similar example to the one I already used before. It's like getting a severely injured person to a hospital. You do that because you want them to get better. You won't be nearly as efficient in doing so as the hospital will. And it was literally made to help people with those problems. They don't have any other reason to even exist in the first place other than helping with these specific issues. Unlike your family or a partner, who also have lives of their own to tend to. There's a fine line between needing and demanding attention. We deserve to have our families or our close ones caring for us. But at some point we can get irrational and feel like you are the center of the world because you suffer and everyone needs to be empathetic and sad all the time because you have it tough, but you don't actually want to change that. You just watch TikToks and videos about how sad the world is. I also have to mention that extreme attention seeking can be a dead giveaway of what we formally call fake depression, but that's not like a golden rule, and it's actually another harmful stigma, so I'm not using that as 100% proof bullet here. TikTok's only depressed people will understand. Part 3. Ugh, what a cesspool. It's literally just a compilation of TikToks with sad music or some sad relatable situation. Depressed people? You mean fucking anyone in the history of the world ever? See what I meant? It's almost cult-like. Mental illness in general is currently being used as a fucking school club for special kids that weren't wanted even by the special kids school club itself. It's just means to belong somewhere, in a community that understands us. And there wouldn't be a problem in that if it weren't a community focused on suffering and pain. Because yes, most mental illnesses make the world absolutely suck. That doesn't mean that people suffering from them feel 24/7 that the world sucks. Although, of course, there are severe examples like that. But if it's a community based on the very concept of that illness, the main traits that all the people within the community unanimously share are precisely the things that make those people feel like the world is an absolutely horrible place, devoid of any happiness. And anyone can feel like that at some point. As I said, the concept itself is relatable to anyone, but these people make this their lifestyle because they indulge in a community focused only on those negative symptoms. Because, as I said, depression and most mental illnesses absolutely fucking suck and are terrible. People genuinely ill don't have a say in that. We don't choose to feel this way. Some may be gone deep in their own delusions that the world is just a terrible place because their feelings got the best of them and they can't view anything objectively anymore. But a lot of patients don't indulge in this terrible thinking. From my own experience, for example, I know it's part of my knowledge that the world is vast and can be incredibly beautiful. I can see how people perceive a mesmerizing landscape and are absolutely astounded by it. I just can't feel it myself. It doesn't mean the beauty of it doesn't exist. It just means that I, personally, am physically unable to see it no matter how hard I try. Sad Rappers is a song made and performed by Tom MacDonald, and I know he's a polarizing guy, and I'm not here to choose either side of the absolute warfare that is this guy's divided audience. I personally like some of his music and dislike other, and I think that both his fans and haters are bogus and way too one-sided. But anyway, this song is something that's actually quite important to me because it talks about the topic we are talking about today. but in a completely different field, in music industry. Depression sells, so it's only natural that there will be some imposters among us. He said the line. Because of it, especially in one of the biggest money gobbling markets of all time. There, he presents a theory that record labels have a deal with pharmaceutical companies in order to oversell medication for mental illness to people that think they have depression because their favorite artists told them so, and look, he's taking Xanax too, so why wouldn't I
Down this motherfucker in one go as well?
And I believe there is something to it. You know, I found this video kinda randomly some time ago, in which an anonymous figure that was apparently directly involved with the distribution of music back in the day talks about music industry basically selling out the pro-gun gangster rap in the 90s for the very same reasons depression is being sold out now. So money, just money. Crazy how a man-made concept can make people this batshit crazy to the point of creating these fake sad personas and selling them to billions of people just so they can make the world a sadder place in general. But at least they got money. So yeah, that's basically all to it. I mean, it's really not, but we'd sit here all day otherwise. So if I made you
Weep, cry, and sob in deep sadness.
vigorously hit the like button like it's a physical manifestation of all your worst traumas. And if you like to join our I mean, a happy place full of sad and relatable people, then subscribe and I promise I'll make you cry. Sorry. Thank you for watching and I'll be here for our next session.